absolutely gorgeous day today. We're at the end of March and my mum has dug up for me some of her wild garlic, which is absolutely gorgeous. The leaves taste like garlic and it's quite prolific. It grows and spreads very easily, and if you can see just here, there are some little flowers coming on it. Now those are little white flowers, and you can also use those and put those in salads, so it's all edible. There's a bit of rocket here poking in between, which must be where she dug it out from. It's got a bit of rocket in there as well for me. And also she's dug me up some sorrel and some Welsh onions, all great for salads and also great for making flavour cubes with. So like herb flavour cubes that just go in the freezer, and you can just quickly use them for any dishes really, but mainly I use them for my bologneses. So I will show you how these go through the year. I'll keep updating you on them, and I'm going to plant these ones down in the orchard area because they just grow amongst the grass and spread really well. So there you go, I'm going to plant those today. I also got some kaolette seeds. I love kaolette, it's really nice. It's a mix between a Brussels sprout and kale, and it forms where sort of like the Brussels sprout would be. It forms like a mini cabbage. It's absolutely amazing and it tastes fantastic. I absolutely love them, so I'm very excited to be planting some kaolette seeds today as well. Okay, so I'm at the bottom of the plot here, backing onto the river, and here's my wild garlic and a few other bits and bobs in there, some sorrel and the Welsh onion. So the wild garlic I'm going to plant along the bottom here. That's like the full width of my site from there to there. I've got sort of like a little corner patch, which is, I think the last people, it was kind of like a rubbish area. I'm actually going to put my lemon balm. Absolutely beautiful, smells amazing. I absolutely love it in teas. So I've got a big pot of it here, it's quite big, and I'm going to put this here in this corner, which should also stop the weeds and other things encroaching, because this is also quite prolific and it will hopefully keep all those other weeds at bay. Okay, there's a close-up. I've just got them running along the back, and they'll grow and spread very easily. It's also slightly shaded down here because we are beneath a big tree, which they're happy with a bit of shade. They're fine with that. This one I've got from my mum's, actually, if you can see there, has moss around it, so that was in quite a shady area to start with, so I think they'll like it down here. So the next thing I've got is some Welsh onions, very nice in salads. Just you chop the leaves off, they get quite large and very round, hollow, and you can chop them into salads, sort of like a really giant chive in a way. And then as a rocket here, a bonus rocket, so I will also plant that. And this is a sorrel, which tastes quite vinegary but great again for salads. So there you go. I don't eat lettuce myself, but I eat rocket, sorrel, Welsh onions, the wild garlic, and it does make a fantastic leafy salad. So I think I'm going to plant the sorrel there with a few Welsh onions to the side. Let's get the Welsh onions. There's quite a large one there. You can sort of see how round they are actually. They're very round and hollow. They will get a lot bigger than this as well. So I've got my sorrel, and then I will plant the Welsh onions by it. So we're at the bottom of the site, and they're going to look lovely there. Now this part of the site, I think, because the soil is a lot different colour, I think they had all their compost bins down the bottom here. They had loads of piles of stones and just general rubbish, and I think that's kept the weeds at bay. We may have a weed explosion, but I don't know. That will just have to see how it goes through the year, really. Okay, so I'm just going to plant these up. I'm just going to dig in a little bit of compost down here for the Welsh onions and the sorrel, because the ground is not great, and I think it'll just give it a bit of a better start. And it is full of a bit of rubbish down here as well. So I'm just going to go through this, take all the roots out and metal bits or whatever else is down here, and get a nice bit of compost in there as well. Okay, there's the sorrel and the Welsh onions planted. I'll go back so you can sort of see where they are. There we go. And then you go along all the way from one end with the wild garlic, going up to the Welsh onions, the sorrel, and then next we're going to dig a big hole here for the lemon balm. And there she is, all planted up. So literally you can see the string to the fence. That's the corner of my plot. So hopefully it's going to spread out and make a nice big bush there. Maybe hopefully keep a few of the weeds away from the other side of the fence. And then coming along we've got the sorrel, the Welsh onion, and then the garlics. There you go, all the way along to the end of my plot, which is just here. That obviously is going to need some sort of tidying up just on the edge there. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm going to wait here and see what else comes up. So there you go, the real bottom of my site. You can see I put all the little stones, because there's just so many. I mean, a massive pile of stones. Even when I was digging the lemon balm in then, there were so many stones in the bottom here. It's just untrue. I think this is where they just use a bit of a dumping ground down here, to be honest. I'm just going to give these a good watering in. Planted a few little chamomiles I had just randomly around the place there. Then we've got that little rocket I said about earlier, planted him up. And there we go, the lovely lemon balm. Make some nice tea with that soon. So this is the lavender I'm going to plant here. This one is, if you can actually see, Musten. And then I'm going to plant this one. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that lavender. So I've got the 3 different types of lavender. So that one, it's Vera. Just along the back edge here of my site, which will encourage bees for the trees and the other berries and bushes I've got down here. I've also got a bit of compost just to sprinkle in the bottom of each of the holes. So there you go, I'm very happy with that, and we'll see how it develops over the next year. And that's how the whole bottom end is starting to look now. The grass is starting to come up in patches, the rest is pretty dry. We have had rain, so we do just generally every now and again have rain anyway, so don't need to worry about watering those. But I'm just going to leave the grasses. I've planted a few seeds of like wildflower seeds all in between the trees, and I'm just actually this year going to leave it go wild. I'm not going to cut it, I'm just going to see what comes up in between everywhere and then tackle it as I go. Well, we're going to have a few nice additions to our salad plate this year, so if you'd like to see how they grow and develop over the next few months, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on The Allotment.